That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's fine is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's fine is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm here today, man, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Party Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Party Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also, shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys, what's going on? We're back at it for year 2 of our tailgate at the Moorline Lager House. This year, Best Day Brewing Game Day Experience. We're there 3 hours before every single Bengals home game. We got a DJ there. We got a buffet. We got a Bloody Mary bar. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us. We're going to be giving prizes. I'll be hosting. I'm telling you, it's the best deal on the bank. $50. All inclusive. Food, drink, Bloody Marys. I'm going to be giving away prizes. Bengals trivia. We have music there. That's not good enough? Well, guess what? Your boys got you. I'm going to take care of you. All right. Use this code, GameDay10, GAMEDAY 10, to get $10 off your ticket. So it went from $50 to $40. Come on. You can't beat it. It's the best deal on the banks. Join me. Wear orange. We're going to root the Bengals on to the Super Bowl. Get there early. Moorline Lager House. Best Day Brewing Game Day Experience.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys there tomorrow. Now, just to let you guys know, to clarify, you do not have to pay to get in. So you can just show up at the Moorline House and hang out and buy your own food and drink. But to get into the tailgate area where I'm at, it is $50. But if you use that Game Day 10 code, you get the all-inclusive package of buffet, drinks, all that stuff. It's going to be an absolute blast. So please, if you want to come down, go to Moorline Lager House Facebook page. The link is there. You can reserve, get your tickets. It's on my Facebook page. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys there. What is up to everybody in the chat? Who we got in there? We've got, roll it up here. We got Stranger in there. We got Brandon there. Paul's in there. Chris in there. Natty Ron, Tony Blazing, Crypt Keeper, Lindsay, Chris, and yeah, there you go. I already said Paul. So it is a Who Day Friday, baby. I'm wearing orange, getting ready for the game on Sunday. I hope you guys show up early, be loud, show up at any tailgate you want, preferably mine. Wear some orange, have some fun, root the Bengals on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. With that being said, we're going to have my normal co-host on Friday, which we're trying to be normal here. Well, we're not normal, but, normally he's on Fridays. We'll see. He is a writer for Cincy Jungle. He is a draft guru for Project Game Day. He helped get Greg bald for charity. I mean, what more do you want? He is the man. He is the myth. He is the legend. He's Dale Altman. What's up, Dale?
I am Dale Altman, but I am not most of those things. But thank you.
You're Rumdale. You are. But you know who really is the legend, though. The legend of
the Godfather.
The guy, the legend, the man who started all of this. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be here. Okay, that's how important this man is. He's the Godfather, Anthony Cosenza. What's up, AC?
You are too kind, both of you guys. Legend is not something I would put on my resume, but I love both you guys. You guys know that. By the way, Dale, if there's a way to still contribute to the Greg Luther hair shaving charity that you guys are supporting, let me know. I'll donate to that, man. I must have missed it, but let me know.
Yeah, I'll shoot you the Project Game Day link. We actually have a website now for Project Game Day that
Look at you.
has put together. 2-Day Joe. There's like 9 of us that are part of this, and everybody chips in and does what they can. I tried to do the draft guide, but those guys do.
Well, it's an awesome thing you do. Awesome thing you do. So
you asked me too soon, Jeff. I don't know. Like it's but there's a way to. But we usually have taken donations through the Venmo, but we're trying to switch over through the website so people can donate however they want.
So if anybody still wants to donate to this, I mean, you guys have already raised $1,300, which is freaking awesome. Either
insanity.
Either everybody is really into charity or they're really into getting Greg bald. I don't know. Either way, I think Greg's going to look really good bald. To be honest, I'll just say he's going to have the stone cold look. So, what do you know the Venmo? Can you do you know that offhand so we can tell people out here?
I mean, if you put in Project Game Day, it is under businesses instead of like a personal, because of course there's always people out there that will do that. And if you type in Project Game Day, there's one random guy who took that after we started it, and people were donating to him. But it's the Project Game Day, and the link also for the draft guide, but also it's the same link via Venmo is pinned to the Bengals and Brews Twitter account. So that's probably the quickest and easiest way to find it. I have a direct link to the Venmo.
I can't wait for the videos. Unfortunately, I will not be down in Lot 1 because I'll be at my own tailgate at Moreland Logger House. But I'm sure you guys will be putting videos up there because I cannot wait to see this man bald. And I think it's awesome you guys do it for charity. But with that being said, boys, we're starting out in orange. We got football. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars here. AC, what was that hat? What is it?
I don't know. It's
orange. He was trying to say that.
I say it's orange. It's orange. It's a surf brand out here, but
I'm draped in orange. I'm in all orange. But with that being said, what's your thoughts, AC, on this game? Does the offense tick up to where we think it should be against this? Does the defense stay where they're at? Do they get a little better? What's your thoughts on the game starting here this Sunday?
I think this offense is pissed off. I think they are very, very disappointed at how things went in week 1. And I don't know that we'll see, this crazy statistical day from all of the guys on offense, but I think at least a 2.5 times statistical output from total yardage perspective and many other yardage perspectives will be seen this week. I really do. And what that translates to in terms of a victory, remains to be seen. But I just think they're too talented. They're too good. Too many guys were out of the game plan. I mean, Yoshi didn't have a catch, right? I do like that they integrated Fant immediately. And this was the 12 personnel looks that you saw. This was what we saw earlier in the year last year with Eric All that was so effective, where it was like, okay, it's not just shotgun. It's not just, pistol, they were able to mix it up last year, and they were pretty effective early on before Eric All got hurt. But I think you're going to see some of that. I think you're going to also see, I would like to see, and I don't know about you guys, but I would like to see, and it sounds weird to say confidence building throws, but those rhythm throws, those screens, those dump offs, those slants, and get the ball out quick to Chase and let him get yak, right? I mean, just do that kind of stuff. And that was missing last week. And I understand it's week 1. I mean, you haven't played football for a real football game, and that means something really in 8-9 months, right? So I understand that there's rust and all, and even from a play calling perspective, even from the coaching perspective, I get all of that. But I think this week it's got to be, just get the ball out quick and get it in the hands of guys like Chase that can do things yards after the catch. And then things will come downfield where you do some of those one-on-one contested catches with T. Higgins and other players. So I don't know that it's going to be, what we've seen October, November from this offense, but I do expect a more than marginal improvement from the offense this week going in and you're playing at home. You're not playing the Browns, who have always been a thorn in your side, all that stuff. So yeah, I expect massive improvement.
Dale, what do you got?
And the best part of that is we're 1-0 with all the bad stuff that happened in Burrow throwing for 113, Chase Brown running for 2 yards per carry. The defense kind of carried the game for us. And I think the big matchup in this game is going to be their running game versus our run defense. We held the Browns to 49 yards. They ran for 200. Now, they were probably able to run the ball a little more because the Panthers were awful. The Panthers were atrocious last week, couldn't do anything. Easy 26-10 win. And I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying that from Jay Gruden, who watches all these games like a maniac because he's a Gruden.
Gruden.
We had him on the show Wednesday.
Yeah,
I tell you what, man.
Yeah. You got to love it, man. And he just a lot of ball there. And he said the same thing AC did about he would have liked to see. He thought the game plan was almost a little bit conservative for the Bengals and Zach Taylor and everything. But it's the Browns, and you're trying to find a way to come out with a win, and you were able to do that. Now, I expected the game plan to be totally different. I expect there to be more deep shots. I expect them to be more creative. And I thought they were more creative with the tight ends specifically in the first half. And there's just no creativity on offense in the second, I felt like. No rhythm, as you also said, AC. And when things snowball and go downhill, they kind of stay that way. So you got to keep them in a rhythm. And the Browns did a good job, I will say this, of keeping the Bengals off the field. Jaguars are going to do the same thing, which is why I go back to not letting them run the ball, get first downs on a 3rd and 5 because they, decide to do a little handoff up the middle and it gets 5-6 yards. If our run defense plays like it did last week, I think there's a chance that this game could get ugly in our favor. But I am by no means overlooking the Jaguars, just like I did not overlook the Browns. It's going to be a tough game. But there's a world where we can get the tight ends involved. We can get Chase going a little bit, and then you get Higgins, then Yoshi. I mean, there's too many weapons for that, what we saw last week on the offense, to continue. But we have to see the defense stay at the level they stayed at too.
Yeah. Can I just piggyback just one sentiment on that? I know the cynics, including myself, because I can be very cynical about this team. The cynics will say, I know. The cynics will say, hey, did the Bengals actually deserve to win that game because of the kicker costing them, the Browns kicker costing the Browns 4 points? That in itself is an anomaly, but so is the offensive output by the Bengals in this one and their stars and the lack of stats. That is an anomaly. You will never, this was like a historically bad game for the Bengals under Joe Burrow on the offense. So if you're looking at it with the jaded colored glasses, which is easy to do, you can also say, when is this offense really going to continue to perform that poorly? I mean, really, it's not. It's an outlier.
There's too many weapons to perform that poorly. The one thing that I thought was interesting, that Joe has never won in week 2. which which is shocking to me.
Neither is Zach.
Yeah, which means they're due. And the other thing is, if you look at the stats, which I don't have in front of me, but when Chase has had a lackluster, and I don't want to say lackluster performance, but yardage, he didn't get that many yardage last week. The next week he balls out. So I agree with you, I think, on the run game, but I really do think this might be a Jamar Chase game where they come out because he's like, F that. I'm the Triple Crown winner. I'm going against the Jaguars, and this rookie thinks he can cover me. Okay, let's see. That's where I'm kind of thinking of a big game from Jamar Chase, just because of that right there. And just like we all said, this offense is too good to stay stagnant. And if you look at week 2 last year, we should have won the game. I mean, well, I'll go back to that. So I mean, last year, and if you watch quarterback, you see on Netflix, you hear Jake Brown walking off the field with Joe Burrow saying, "You're back." So I expect Joe Burrow to be Joe Burrow. I expect him to be jackpot. I expect everybody to be back to where they were. Am I looking past the Jaguars? No. We have started off way too slow the last couple of years, and we haven't won in week 2. So no, I'm not looking past them, but I do expect them to play better. The concerning thing is, I will say this is Cam Taylor-Britt. To me, he was the concern on the offense because that one out route where he's backpedals and stops flat-footed, and Judy just cuts it out to the sideline. It's wide open. That can't happen. And I love Juice. I think he's going to be good, but he's got to do better. That was the one player, I think, on the defense that didn't perform up to his potential. I think everybody else pretty much did. AC, you got something on that?
I would agree with that. And I said this.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I come right back? I'm trying to accept a ticket so I can go to this game. Good. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah.
But
who did just give the ticket? So yeah.
Oh, look at that! I've got major FOMO on this one.
When are you coming to Cincinnati this year? Have you
soon? I hope. Soon. I hope. Right. Soon. I hope. Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
No, but he really kind of was the spotlight shown on him in not the greatest way this week, based on the defensive performance. I do think that my hope is that he'll continue to, get his footing and that sort of thing. But
I still believe he's the player we saw before. I still believe
you've seen it. You've seen it.
And it's not, we've only seen it like 1 or 2 games. We saw it consistently up until last year. That's where I'm like, I know he's that guy. So that's where I'm like, I think he's going to be okay. I just,
in 2023, I think. That first half of the season, I'm like, this is a Pro Bowl player.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's that Seattle game against DK, and that's what does make me potentially a little bit optimistic about the matchup in that game with DK now with the Steelers. I am optimistic just based on how he played against DK there, but
he pissed him off.
I don't really know what is going on there, but obviously they do have faith. He's a high pick. He's got a high athletic profile. He has shown a lot of good things. But I said this earlier this week, Ice. This defense last week, it wasn't perfect. No. There were still some missed first attempt tackles and that sort of thing. But I will say this under Al Golden: if they make a mistake, it's at 150 miles an hour. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. It is. They are flying to the ball.
There wasn't hesitation. Last year there was hesitation. Yeah,
absolutely. So, and really, I don't want to say that's what you want. Like, oh, if you make a mistake, I mean, you make mistakes, but if you do make a mistake, you make it with full effort, and you are trusting your instincts, and that's what it feels like these guys are doing right now on that side of the ball, at least through 1 week. So, I am curious to see how this goes because DJ Turner played very well in his first weekend. Not just that tipped interception. There were a couple of other plays where you're like, wow, this guy's just there. He's on the ball. So
interception or pass interference too. Which
right. But I don't know, and I don't know how long of a leash Al Golden is giving some of these guys that are kind of like, hey, I mean, you're not performing. But I still think that there are high hopes for Cam Taylor-Britt. There should be, and he's a player that has, it's a big year for him. It's a big year for him.
So it's not only it's a big year, but it's a contract year for him. And get back to your point, I would tell my kids this all the time when they're playing sports. I wouldn't say I would say if you're going to F up or if you're going to mess up, as if I'm talking to my kids, you're going to mess up hard, mess up trying. Don't if you're convicted on what you see and that's what you think the move is, go for it. I'll take that all the time instead of hesitate. Like, should I do it? Like, no, because if you hesitate, it's over. Just make your decision and go. And that's what this defense did in 2021. They saw it and they read it and they did it. And that's where I keep saying this defense. I know it's only 1 week. We got a lot of stuff to go. But for what I saw week one, reminded me a lot of the 2021 defense. There's a lot of we had a long drives, but they didn't score. That's what we did a lot in 2021. Now, in 2021, we don't have the offense that we have now. So we can go out there and score quickly. That can also give the defense more confidence. Like, just say you get up by 2 or 3 touchdowns. What does that do for your defense? Going, all right, well, maybe we can take more chances. Maybe we can actually try to turn the ball over more. When you have that gives the whole team confidence. So it's all connected. So that's where. Well,
the other thing, just tying into that, the other thing that I found about the defense in their performance last week was that they were a little bit more opportunistic than previously. When it was time to get a sack, time to get a stop, it was like, okay, we did it. Or those interceptions. I mean, those are the balls that did not go their way for 2 years.
Right.
Those interceptions.
That was one of my big things of the win. I was like, they made the plays, but the bounces went their way for once. Nothing went our way last year until the Dallas game. And the year before that, nothing went our way. And you got to have that sometimes where balls bounce your way. You just got to have it.
And there's all these, I don't know if they're stupid, but just cliched mottos of, the prepared get lucky and all that, all that kind of stuff. But I do sense a little bit of that in what's going on with the defense. It's like, hey, again, if you're going hard, and even if you make a mistake, come back again, continue to go hard. Don't be tentative.
Right.
And that ball is going to somehow maybe bounce your way that you don't expect. And so that's, I kind of took that away a little bit from this last game against the Browns.
There is something to that. When the ball finds you, you have to be prepared to make the play on it. And that's where Jordan Battle was, DJ Turner was, the 2 big turnovers, because neither one of them were thrown to them. They both were tipped balls. Excuse me.
But they were right there. They were right there.
And they were ready to make that play. So that's so it goes to what you're saying. Be prepared to make the play. And that's what they were. And that's, again, in 2021, we did it. How many times did we do that? The ball got tipped up the air and somebody made the play. I mean, that's what happened. That's what championship teams do. And AC, I want to ask you this. I know people who watch the show probably get tired of me asking this, but I want to ask your opinion. So the 2022 Kansas City Chiefs, who I hate, but I got to clarify that. But their defense, to me, is a lot like the Bengals are trying to do this year. They spent their money on their offense. They signed Patrick Mahomes, signed Travis Kelce, and spent a lot of money on the offensive line. Their defense, they spent a lot of draft capital, and they had a couple of veterans sprinkled in there. This is what I think the Bengals are trying to do, where they spend a whole bunch of money on the offense and offensive line, and then you get a whole bunch of first and second round draft picks with some veterans sprinkled in there. That's how they beat us. In 2022. That's what I think the Bengals are trying to do this year. That's the blueprint I think they're trying to do. Does that sound about right?
It does. There are some gambles that the Bengals are taking, namely in, how much can we get out of Joseph Osai and one more a year contract, and they had the the Cam Sample thing, and all these guys there that they've tried to squeeze as much juice out of as possible, type of thing. But
you gotta squeeze the juice out of juice.
But they did. I mean, the Trey thing is another thing, but they did pay him in a way, and they paid BJ Hill to stay. And by the way, BJ Hill now playing in a natural position and having a nose tackle next to him, that he had a sack first week. So these are
natural position.
And I think
two half sacks. To be fair,
okay.
him and Trey both that combined.
True.
To me, I count them both as 2 sacks. You both get 2 sacks.
You both
Yeah.
You get a sack. You get a sack. Everybody gets a sack.
Half sacks suck. But anyway, but aside from like maybe the contractual or structural blueprint, I also think they just Chiefs had Chris Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they know now the importance of, if they didn't before, I'm sure they did, but they have re-emphasized the importance of interior pressure, interior presence, interior disruption, which is what the Chiefs, even though they had a lot of draft picks on that side that they've been trying to develop, that is where the Bengals, I think, are starting to re-emphasize, is that interior presence, be it pressure or what have you.
Sorry.
It's the chat. It's Crypt Keeper's fault, AC.
So
I would say
what is a Peter rip? Is that what is that?
So I would say, hey, I'm going off camera to rip a heater, and then they started saying he's ripping Peters. And now
heater like Sig? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I have, which I was getting a ticket, to be fair. Got that done. So this is very important. I hate to interrupt Jeff's show with this nonsense that comes on Bengals and
Crypt
Brews.
did it. It's Crypt's fault.
It's Crypt's fault.
He started making me laugh. And AC, I'm sure you made a great point, but I have no idea what you said because I was laughing at Crypt.
It's okay. I don't make many good points, so it's fine.
Oh, don't lie. That's not true at all. You make a lot of great points. Dale, you got anything to add to this?
Well, how worried should we be about Cam Taylor-Britt? Did you guys talk about that?
We're talking about that a little bit. How worried are you? How worried are you?
I'm very worried. I wore my Juice Gang hat, my Juice Gang jersey last week, and I come out of that going, man, you got to bench him.
Crap.
No, I mean, because I'm honest, right? I love that family. I love
his
him.
mom and dad are awesome. I love them.
But
you see the potential, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy who drinks and knows things. So
and rips Peters.
But I'm like, man, if he doesn't play well, because Josh Newton got 29 snaps last week, so he still got quite a bit of snaps, and you didn't notice it, right? You didn't notice he got 29, which means he was doing his job.
Good. Yeah.
And I think the split could flip there between who gets the majority of the snaps between Newton and CTB. I think CTB may get the 29 at some point. If he struggles this week, let's say first quarter, and based on what Zach Taylor said, I don't think the leash is very long. I wrote about that in my Cincy Jungle article for 3 players, like 3 underrated players of the game. Josh Newton was one of them, and it was mainly because of what was said about CTB and his performance last week. I think Josh Newton could be an underrated player because he could be getting the majority of the snaps if things go bad in that first quarter.
They like him. They like him.
I love Fig. I mean, I met him at Bengals Now last year. Just the way he talked about ball and the way he talked about his craft, that he is dead serious about this. This ain't no joke. He's not. I mean, he's happy to be here, but he knows the opportunity he has, and he's taking advantage of it. And I respect the hell out of that. I mean, that's what I think some of these guys don't get sometimes. I'm not saying Cam doesn't. I'm not saying that at all.
I know, but
Fig does. I mean, and I said this before that I thought he might be our inside guy. I don't think he had any slot. He was.
He probably did because they moved Dax around a lot. I love that Dax is so versatile that it's great to do that.
So how much? All right. So silly question here. I think they're going to move Dax around a lot all year. Do you think they ever just put him back at safety for a couple plays? Just
he had some snaps there.
Did he? Okay, I didn't know that.
Technically in a safety spot.
Because he can be that Ginsu knife that you can put him inside, outside, and slot. I mean, and safety, which I think.
But it's like huge. 2 or 3 snaps here and there. I think is what he got. And that's the way I'd use them. Like it's basically based on what the other team's doing,
Right.
where he technically
It's
lines up.
matchups.
But no, he is a cornerback.
Yeah.
And he can play on the outside and the inside, and that is a great piece to have.
Right. It's
We know
matchups.
how talented Dax Hill is.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
and
good. Go ahead, AC. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'd say it's matchup. You want to get the best matchup, and you have a guy like that who I think can be your best corner. I think I said this last year. I think I also said that him and TTB will be the two best corners. We'll see what happens with Cam. But with him out there, you can put him on your best guy, whoever that is, to get the best matchup, and that's what you want. You want to get the best matchup for your team.
He can match up with a lot of different players, and I shook my head saying no to safety because I was shaking it more like, is that going to be a regular thing? No. I think we're talking about a small handful of snaps. Maybe you bring in 3 safeties at one point, depending on the formation and that sort of thing. But I think that is to me, you can talk about Cam Taylor-Britt, you can talk about the pass rush, you can talk about, to me, unlocking the potential of Dax Hill is the biggest task that Al Golden has in front of him. That to me, if he can truly unlock and make him this weapon where he can be who was that guy that was kind of a couple of years ago? They signed him from Seattle that locked up Kelsey a couple of times. I can't remember his name.
Trey Flowers.
Trey
Flowers. Yeah. If he can combine, if you have that skill set, and then you can also sometimes kick outside, and then also, hey, we're gonna pop you in this quote unquote safety role, and you can get a little bit out of him at each of those roles. And I think he is capable of doing that. That is the key. And I think Lou Anarumo failed to unlock. And there are also he had injuries. Dax had injuries. So, I mean, there was stuff there, but you have seen flashes. You didn't hear him much in a good way against Cleveland. So I just would like to, that to me is just a big key for this defense, is just finding his roles, finding the way that he can be most effective in certain packages. And if they do, he might be their best athlete overall on that side of the ball. I mean, he is just hyper athletic. It's just, I think Lou was kind of like, what is he? And Al, my hope is Al is saying he's kind of a little bit of everything. And so, yeah.
To be fair, I think Lou felt him immediately. We went to the Super Bowl. We picked 31st. He shouldn't have been there at 31. He was more talented than that. Yeah. He fell to 31, and then it was like he did nothing that next year because Jesse Bates, Von Bell, good players he trusted, but he did not go to him. And then the next year, they lose some of those guys. So now you're the starting safety, and we're just expecting you to do this. Imagine if they used him right his rookie year. Like what? I mean, they might have been back in the Super Bowl and won it. They made a good run at it, but he was so underutilized as a rookie. It all. Even as a safety, this was a guy who had 100+ tackles that second season that he was in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, if you just look at the stats wise, he wasn't a bad safety. It was, hey, you're trying to replace Jesse Bates.
Right.
And you're under a microscope doing it. And it wasn't fair to him. And then you moved to outside corner, and he looked good and got injured. But this is a guy, honestly, at every opportunity that he's had, hasn't played bad.
No,
I don't think he was a safety. He took some bad angles as a safety, but he was new to playing that because he played a slot corner / corner role at Michigan. So the angles are different. They just are when you're a full-time safety.
And I think I've said this on your show too, but the most frustrating part about his, again, I think it was 2023 when he was playing safety quite a bit. How many times did he have his hands on the football and it never translated into an interception? Yeah, the one that just drives me bonkers, and I guess it's apropos since we're talking about the Jaguars, but that Monday night game where he had the ball and it tipped off of his hands and it became a touchdown for the Jag. It was just like, what is happening? What is happening right now? But there were numerous other opportunities that he had for interceptions, and it just never happened for him. But my point, while it sounds like a criticism, my point is he's around the ball.
Yes.
He's around the ball
Yes.
a lot. So
Right.
yeah.
So
I think
keep
we're
going.
on the same page. This guy could
Right.
be the key to the Bengals season.
100%.
There's a
100%.
bunch of good defensive linemen and the linebacker. Everything was in sync on the defense last week. I need to see it when it's not the Browns' offense, to be fair.
So another guy that I think Al needs to unlock, and he's a rookie, but Shamar Stewart, because of the multiple positions he can play. You know, that to me is and Shamar, he didn't have the numbers on the stat sheet last week, but he made an impact. Just wait till he actually gets to the point where he can make sacks, and he's forcing guys that he forced throws last week because you can move it inside, outside. You can do a lot of different things with him. So those two guys, when you have guys that are interchangeable along the line or secondary, that makes your defense very hard.
Unpredictable. It's unpredictable for the offense and the quarterback.
Exactly.
I thought Stewart was excellent. I don't think Al Golden needs to use Stewart any different. And I think Stewart was so close to making sacks and splash impact plays. The one batted pass that was a bullshit pass.
He had two of them. One didn't count with a bullshit call, but he had two batted passes.
Right.
You didn't fill his stat sheet, but you got pressure. His pressure rate was insane. Trey's was obviously on another level, like 41% or whatever it was.
Blackout Trey, baby.
But Stewart was like 26, and you know who led the league last year? Myles Garrett with 21. So it's like that's his first game as a rookie. Stewart showed a lot. It didn't show on the stat sheet, but if you go back and you watch the All 22, wrote about this on Cincy Jungle. I'm going to plug Cincy Jungle here a little bit. I'm excited to be part of it.
I like Cincy Jungle. Cincy Jungle is a good place to read.
That's all right. It's all right.
But man, I'm very excited about Shamar Stewart. And I had him 18th on my board. He went 17th. So I didn't think it was crazy, but I went up and down on this guy through the whole draft process.
I bet.
Where's the production? Where's this? But man, he gets pressure. Man, he's a freak athlete. So if they can unlock him, which honestly, giving him reps, because how much did we see this year's past with Lou that he don't give these guys? I still think Murphy, and Al Golden said it already after week 1 that Miles Murphy's going to get a higher snap share. I don't want to see Trey Henderson playing 75% of the snaps and Murphy playing 25. I love Trey. He's amazing. He's incredible. We heard that pressure rate. But imagine Trey in the fourth quarter when he's only played 65% of the snaps compared to 75. Don't run these guys in the ground. Yes. It was week 1. This is week 2.
But how many times have we pounded the table for that to get snaps off of BJ Hill, get snaps off of Trey Henderson? You can't do that. I was yelling last year, put Miles Murphy in there, see what you can have with him, and Lou wouldn't do it. And I love that Al's like, hey, I saw some good stuff, meaning I'm not going to put him in the doghouse. We're going to see what we're going to find out from this guy who is a first-round pick. You got to find out what you have with him. And it might be something huge. I don't know because we haven't seen it yet.
You have to. I mean, that's a first-round pick. You have to. Yes. It's a must that you got to see what you got out of him. But going back to Stewart, the word I would use for him this last week, for the Browns at least, and what I watched, was irritating. He was just irritating to the Browns offense. And again, you're not seeing the sacks or the tackles or that sort of. He was just there every time it felt like there was a good play on defense. You kind of saw him around or be a part of it. He was just irritating if you're the Cleveland Browns. So to me, and really, without a spring with workouts, without the summer other stuff, and then he ended up getting into training camp at the beginning. That's kind of a lot of what you can ask for. Like just be a presence and just be irritating to the quarterback. Just where it's like, I mean, you saw it. Now, granted, we're talking Joe Flacco, not the most high-powered offense of the Cleveland Browns, but
he's got an arm. He can make all throws.
Flacco made good I want to respect Joe Flacco because I think his stat line did not tell how well he actually played.
Right. I agree with you.
I felt like he did a fantastic job of when there was a soft spot in the zone, where there was a soft spot in coverage, he found it a lot of times. And those 2 interceptions, I mean, they're interceptions, but they were also fantastic plays by the defensive back.
They're not really his fault. They bounced off.
Not really. Not
Yeah.
really. I just think that Stewart just kind of being that irritant. And if you can get some stuff out of Joseph Osai, if you can get some other stuff from some of those guys, you've got a good formula. And I know Dale's been a big proponent of BJ Hill for a long time, but also particularly this week. I thought BJ Hill playing again. I think I said it earlier. Playing in his natural spot and having a nose next to him, I think that is
huge.
That's the formula. That's the formula. That's what they used in 21.
We didn't have a nose last year. We literally didn't have a nose last year. Good deal.
Right.
I was just going to add to what AC was saying, because it goes back to what I was saying about Trey snaps being down. His snaps was down because they were so up last year because we had so many injuries at D tackle and didn't have that. So he's playing a bit of the nose. He's playing a bit of 3-tech. He was just on the field way too much last year.
Yep.
And his snap share was down a lot in week 1, and he was so effective. He looked incredible. And that's another guy who had no training camp, no preseason games because he was dealing with the injury.
Right.
He looked fresh. He looked healthy, and he looked like a difference-making defensive tackle that we sorely need. And I give Chris Jenkins credit. I still think we need another pass rushing D tackle, but maybe that is Shamar Stewart. Maybe that's Joseph Osai. When Osai kicked in, he looked pretty good, and they kicked him in quite a bit. So there was a lot of fun stuff, a lot of things that they can build on. And I don't think they touched. What was weird about Miles Murphy was 25%, but he was in there when the game was on the line in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And made plays. Like I posted a couple of those clips where he made big plays in the fourth quarter. And I think that's why Al probably watched the same thing I was watching. And he's obviously a lot smarter than me. He's not drinking the rum all the time.
No.
Come on. You're pretty smart, Dale.
I imagine he goes,
things. Come on now.
He goes, this Miles Murphy guy, man, if he did that when the game's on the line, imagine if I gave him more snaps and kept Trey a little fresher, what he can do. So let's not write off Miles Murphy because a lot of Bengals fans do that.
I'm not.
And I don't think we should.
Yeah, there's too many Bengals fans that have been on the chat here saying, he's a bust, he's a bust. But how can you say he's a bust when they haven't played him? That's where that's why I have a hard time saying somebody's a bust when they haven't played him. But to your point, he was in there in the fourth quarter making plays. That gives him confidence. That means Al Golden's got confidence in him, let alone that what he said this week for him. So, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot more snaps out of him. The other thing about Shamar Stewart is I'm curious how many tip passes he's going to have. Because if you can't get to the quarterback, get your arms up and knock that ball down. He already had 2 in the first game. 2 in the first game. I mean, that's going to be an impact right there because the quarterback's going to fit. Justin Herbert. No, not Justin Herbert. Trevor Lawrence saw that. He knows that's a possibility. They're going, hey, you have to watch out for 97. You know, he's going to get his arms. He already tipped 2 of them. So that's something that Trevor Lawrence is already going to have in the back of his mind. So right there, putting that on film so people can see that, you can see he's coming. You can see he's going to get better. And
he's coming.
You know what I meant. Not that kind
That's my Beavis and Butthead laugh.
He said coming.
Oh my God.
Completely went off the rails with that one. But I was going to say,
it's a Who Day Friday. We're supposed to do that.
I know. Yeah, I mean, batted passes, they're not as impactful necessarily as a sack or an interception or that sort of thing. But I mean, those derail drives. So those are things that you want out of him if he's not getting and bringing down the quarterback necessarily. I am because Trevor Lawrence is far more mobile than Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
So I am very curious as to the game plan this week that Al Golden will unveil. Is it going to be, maybe more Shamar Stewart because of the athleticism, batting balls, all that sort of thing. Is it going to be a quarterback spy somewhere in there, or what is the game plan? I mean, I know they blitzed from different, far more blitzing in different ways than we saw late in Lou Anarumo's tenure, but what is that game plan going to look like? Because Trevor Lawrence is a different animal than Joe Flacco. They both got the big arms. They both are tall and whatever, but Lawrence does have that scrambling ability. So I'm very curious to see what Al Golden rolls out this week and who gets the lion's share of snaps and at what position.
I do think he's going to throw one to the Bengals. I do. I
maybe
think
he's
maybe
got
two.
a tendency. He's got a tendency.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to have to be a great play. I think he's going to throw it right to him. I really do that. It's just he's not there. I mean, he could eventually get up to Joe Burrow's level, but he's not. But he is very comparable to Joe Flacco, to where Joe Flacco is, other than he's more mobile.
If I'm a Jags fan, Trevor Lawrence has to be the most frustrating player I think they have ever had, because he has shown what he showed in college. He has shown that in the pros at times, but then the next week it's what was the playoff game? He had
4 picks and then 4 touchdowns.
It's that exactly, and that describes his NFL career. But he has all the tools. He's if you want to call, if you want to use a baseball euphemism, he's a 5-tool guy, right? I mean, like he can do all the things.
He's got the same stuff Joe Burrow does. He just doesn't take advantage of it.
I think it is. I don't think it's preparation. I don't think it's talent. I don't think he has the same pocket presence as
that. Yeah,
some of the greats like Burrow, like Mahomes. I think there gets to be a little bit of a panic mode at time. Not all the time, but he can panic, and because he has that skill set, he feels that he can make every throw at the next level, which is he's a talented guy, so he likely can. But I think that panic meter goes off for him a little earlier than some of the best quarterbacks you have seen, past or present. And I think that's what kind of differentiates him at the moment right now. And I got my light turned off.
I want to go back to Shamar Stewart for a little bit. Very disruptive. I thought he had a good game, but it was still all power based.
Right.
Imagine if this guy gets a pass rush move set, a pass rush arsenal.
That's what I'm saying.
He could be an all-pro if he develops that. And I don't know that it's going to happen this year, but he's got to start working it in a little bit this year. Trying things.
He could be, and I'm not saying this year, he could be that Myles Garrett. He could be that Micah Parsons. He could be that guy for us that we can move around and be that presence. Now, one thing I want to get back to what AC said about the pocket presence. Joe Burrow is a psycho, because the pass he made when Myles Garrett looped around and freaking drilled him, and he stood there and still made the throw, that's elite. That people don't. It's normal to flinch when you see Myles Garrett coming at you. And Joe Burrow's been hit and hit and hit. He doesn't flinch. He still makes the throws. That's what makes Joe Burrow here and everybody else here. It's ridiculous.
Do you remember the Chargers game last year, the throw to Yoshi, where he took that big? Yeah. I mean, it's stuff like that where not and myself included, I'm not going to step in there and do that kind of stuff. I mean, it's stuff like that. But again, I want to. You had a comment from Andrew.
Mike Brown probably would not. Mike Brown would probably not call you Husky if you stood and took a hit.
I know. Yeah, I am anti-Husky. I do want to defend Lawrence a little bit based on this comment, which is just all of the coaching changes that the Jags have gone through in his tenure as well.
Third coach.
So yeah, I get it, and so maybe there's playbook changes and all kinds of different things, but you have seen also, to just reinforce my argument, you have seen him. I don't want to say, I guess, panic, but you've seen him where there's pressure and he can't scramble You've seen him make errant throws, but I do think that he gets a little bit of a pass. He's still very good, but he does get a little bit of a pass with all the coaching carousel that team has gone through.
And that's one thing. I mean, you got to give the Bengals credit on this is they pick a coach and they stick with him, whether he'll agree with everything what Zach Taylor does or not. That helps your quarterback. I mean, because let's look at Trevor Lawrence. Let's look at Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is on his second quarterback or second coach second one in the second year, and he's if you watch that game, he's trying to make the right throws. He's trying to make the hot reads, but he can't sit there and wait long enough. That comes to coaching, and that comes to getting too many voices in your head. I mean, Sam Darnold, he said he saw ghosts. I mean, we'll see what he does in Seattle. He found a good spot in Minnesota. I don't know if he's going to be as good as he is in Seattle, but sometimes you need that coach and that quarterback combination. And I know people give Zach crap, but I think we have that in Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow.
I do too. I'm waiting to hear from Rumdale. I don't know what's going on over there. He's muted.
Rumdale's muted.
Rumdale was mixing another rum.
Rumdale.
What is the rum of choice?
Yeah, there you go.
I go with the cheap. It's the Lady Bly. It's cheap. You can get like a whole thing for like $15, like a whole fucking liter.
You ever had Sailor Jerry?
Is it cheap?
Jerry.
It's Sailor Jerry's like an imitation Captain Morgan. That's
what Lady Bly is. Hold on.
All right. That might be a West Coast thing. That might be a West Coast.
I don't know.
All right, so I'll show you that. Like, look, if this isn't a ripoff of Captain Morgan, I don't know what it is. This is Lady Bly, not Captain Morgan, and it's way cheaper.
And you've got the full handle. I love it.
Yeah, I got the full handle and. Well,
was it full when you bought it?
It was full when I bought it earlier today.
Yeah, it was full when you started today.
That is wow. That's a Friday. That is a Friday.
That's Rumdale.
That's Rumdale. That's doing some
He's
work
a different
right
guy. I don't even know.
How long is Lady? What is it? Lady Bly or what's her name?
Lady Bly.
How long does she last? How long does the handle of that last for?
Maybe a night. Just depends how it goes.
So AC, to be honest, I have to be working at like 4 a.m. There's a very good chance that I'll text him and he'll still be up. I
may last the night.
I might talk to him. He's a film grinder.
I'm going to be making clips. You guys can check him out on the Bengals Brews Twitter. You can check him out on Cincy Jungle. I'm going to be grinding the tape and grinding the rum. That's what I do.
AC, last time you were on here, you were saying something about me writing articles. I think I need to become a writer on
Let's
do
it.
Jungle.
Let's do it
for about the 2 articles I write a month.
There you go. Do it.
I wrote
you on board.
I just wrote one on my Substack about the Reds. So I don't that has nothing to do with.
Well, I get put in timeout already. They're like, "You're doing too much right away." I was like, I was automatically posting them. They were like, "No, you've got to send that to us so we can make it look presentable because you're kind of an idiot, so you don't put commas in the right places."
No.
I was like, "You're right. You are totally right." So I'm doing 2 or 3 a week.
Chat GPT, put it in that. It fixes
grammar check that shit, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I like to free ball it, and then poor Jason. Shout out Jason Markham, but poor Jason, he probably gets these articles and goes, "Well, AC, I wrote a couple for you," and you were like, "Oh, I don't know how we're gonna fucking make this presentable."
I didn't say that. Come on now, I didn't say that.
I mean, just true. I'm okay with it.
Like, how are we gonna make? Like, what were you trying to say here, Dale? Well, the rumble is kicking in.
Listen here.
Hey,
listen here.
Hey,
when you start an article with "listen here," that should be the title of my article, like a once a week "listen here" segment.
Listen here with Dale Altman.
Listen here with Rumdale.
Rumdale, yeah, exactly. It's gotta be Rumdale. What's my Substack name? It's Sports with Strawberry Ice. So you can go check it out there.
Come Guzzler 3000.
That's it.
Yeah. I was gonna say brand consistency. I love it.
Yeah. Everything Sports with Strawberry Ice. All right, so with this season here, I AC, I got us. Well, hold on, Dale. I said this wrong last time. I got us 13-4. 13-4 is what I have.
Oh yeah, you said 13-3 or something. I'm like, you're missing a game,
well,
brother.
I wasn't counting the Browns game because I think it's not going to matter. I think we're going to win the division and we won't care about the Browns game. So that was my fault there. But 13-4. Am I crazy? I mean, I know there's a lot of tough games there, but hear me out. Like if this offense plays like it should, and this defense keeps building upon what we've had the first week, and it plays like I saw them play against our elite offense, I think we're going to turn some heads.
Well, it's all in the defense. I think if you're asking me, I think it's all in the defense if they can just be consistently around what we saw week 1. But this division is so freaking tough.
Right.
And I think if you can get 3 or 4 wins within the division, I think 13 wins is attainable. I had them in double-digit wins. I had them more 10-11 wins. There is so
I kind of go with the orange-colored sunglasses a lot. So yeah, you're more.
No. I just look. This game is really important. This Jaguars game is really important.
Oh yeah,
because they've got a slew of games. What is it? The Vikings and the Lions and the Packers. Who, by the way,
Packers look like
Packers. Like what did I
look like the
Packers?
Packers look like the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, and I got us winning that one. I might want to change that one because they look really damn good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a road one, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that have to go their way. But if week 1 is any indication, the bounces are going their way.
Right.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't see 13 wins, but I see probably 11. And the point of emphasis here, it's can they maintain the health that they have had the first 2 weeks that they've had? Because there's been, what's it today? The injury report was there's no injuries to note.
Nothing. Zero.
So that is a huge part of it. And their star players have to stay healthy. But I think double-digit wins and maybe even well into it is in the realm of possibility. And I would like to see them if they do make the playoffs, because the last 2 deep playoff runs, they did not have home field advantage. I would like to see them.
I would like
how they
to.
would perform.
I want to see the game.
How they would perform in home field advantage, because I mean they had to go in 21. I mean it was the Titans. It was. I mean they had the Raiders at home, but they had. I mean it was brutal. And so they need, if they can get home field advantage, that is a huge thing for them. But again, this division is so tough, guys. It's so tough. Even if you want to make fun of the Browns, even if you want to make fun of the Steelers and that sort of thing, the Steelers are going to be in it towards the end. We know that they're always in it, no matter who's the quarterback, they're always in it. The Browns are going to be a tough beat just for this Bengals team. And then the Ravens are very, very good in general. So, I mean,
well, the Ravens,
that's kind of my take on it.
I got us beating the Ravens twice because their secondary sucks. Everything else is good. I don't think they can cover us, and Jamar kills them. And if we don't
play us tough, just like the Browns.
I know, but
they
both
play their best ball against us.
Both games last year, if we make the plays, we win both games. We were in both games.
But so this is but Dale, and I'm sure Ice, you'll agree, this win, and you can take it for what you will, but these were the types of wins that they did not get last year. Right. And against the Ravens and against some of those the Steelers the first time around, those were the types of games that they did not get because of either lucky bounces or fortune their way, that sort of thing. So I don't know if that continues to project forward, but you like the fact that the defense stepped up and they got a win that they could not get last year.
It's the Patriots game last year. It's the Patriots game.
It is. It really is.
It is. So
they win that. They were 1-0 instead of 0-1.
We're in the playoffs.
Change an entire season.
We are literally in the playoffs, and we beat that the Patriots game last year. If we win that, we're in the playoffs. That's that. Go ahead, Dale.
Well, I was just going to say that's why I hate looking ahead. I hate doing record predictions. You know this, Jeff. I know in the off season I do it, but man, it's game week. We got a game in 2 days against
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville. It is at home. It's open in orange. And the fan base needs to be loud and proud. And when the Jaguars are on offense, make it feel like they're in hell. I know it's a 1:00 game, not a night game, but man, you can make a difference as a fan. You can do your small amount to make a difference.
Come there.
That's just how I feel. And I really believe, I don't care if it's an ugly win. Zach Taylor has never gone 2-0. He has never won a week 2 game in his tenure as head coach.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know. I can't believe that. But that, to your point, wherever you tailgate at, come there, be loud, go to Lot 1, hang out with the Bomb Squad, hang out with Project Game Day, come to mine. I don't care where you go. Come there, be loud, get a little liquored up. Don't get to, you can make it to the game. But
Like, don't get kicked out before you get in.
Yeah, don't get kicked out before you get in. Bring the energy, because I'm telling you, we have a shot of doing something. I really, truly believe this, that we haven't done before.
2-0 in Zach's tenure, we haven't done
2-0. 2-0 right there. We'll just keep it. Dale said, one week at a time. Zach's never went 2-0. Joe's never went 2-0. Let's help them. Be loud. Be early. We're orange. Go ahead.
And I'll just reiterate how important it is to get the win this week because of what's coming down the pike on the schedule. And whatever that is,
Ravens,
being loud.
Bills, Ravens, Bills, Ravens. When you get to that.
Yeah. And whatever it is, whether it's being there and being loud, don't wash your undies for 3 days or whatever it is that
That's
you
what
don't
Dale
do.
does. Dale doesn't wash his undies all year. He just keeps them.
Only if I shit my pants. I did. I told you guys the story, right? The one time before the Dolphins game after Shane Graham, I was very drunk and I was going to shit in the fucking Porta John. And like, I go in to shit in the Porta John and like the shit came out a little quicker than I got my underwear down. So there was a little shit in my underwear. So I literally just ripped these motherfuckers off, tossed them in the Porta John. I had jeans on, whole game.
Then you truly freeballed it. Yeah.
But anyways, AC, I don't know what you were
Did you toss the jeans afterward? That's another important question.
I mean the jeans were good because the jeans were already down. It was just like I didn't get the underwear down quick enough. It got a little squirt in the underwear.
He wiped his ass, so it was cool.
I gotta fucking toss these undies and freeball it the rest of the night. That's a true story.
I believe you. I believe you. That's a Rumdale story.
Oh.
That is a Rumdale story.
You don't get that from just regular.
That's a lady Bly story right there. That's what that is.
Oh my God.
I mean, you told us about Mike Brown calling you Husky. I figured out one up.
You 3-upped it on that.
I 3-upped it. Well, at least 2. At least it was a number 2 up it.
Story time
100%.
with Dale Altman with Rumdale. Chris is like,
he used the undies as his toilet paper as part of the
Decisions had to be made in the moment. I'm just saying.
Was this pregame or was this during game?
Yeah,
or what?
No, it was pregame.
Hold on. Did you take the pants off, or did you have a knife to cut the underwear off, or how did this?
No, I ripped them off. Like the underwear, like a little shark came out, and I was in the Porta John because I was about to sit down to shit. But I didn't make it to sit down to shit. A little came out, and I was like, "Well, fuck this!" I just ripped them off like Hulk Hogan on a fucking t-shirt, you know.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something. I'm just shitting my pants a little bit. That happened. I know, T. Brucky, I know. But just saying, I made it through the game. We got the win against the Dolphins.
That's
so when you hang out at the Project Game Day tailgate.
Don't associate Project Game Day with this.
I know.
This is pre-Project Game Day.
Okay, when you tailgate with Dale and he says he's got to go to the restroom,
let him go.
Let the story percolate.
Let him in the front of the line.
Let the story percolate. Yep.
Don't make him wait in the back of the line.
I gotta go.
So the good thing is, if you come to my tailgate at Moreland Logger House, we have bathrooms that are everywhere, so it's a lot easier.
I don't think it was bathroom access. I think it was more just I gotta go. Right?
Yeah. This shit is coming.
Move.
But yes, but yes, go to Moreline Lager House, even though they're not a sponsor of anything I do. But yeah.
All right, boys. On that, I think it's a good time to end this.
Maybe I should
Is
get
it?
Charmin to be a sponsor of Bengals and Brews or Cincy Jungle.
Or dude wipes. We'll take dude wipes.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Pull-ups.
There you go. Pampers.
Yeah, fucking Dependables. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta
You can
go.
wear Depends.
Shit in your pants.
You can
That'd
wear
be the
Depends.
motto.
Right. You can wear Depends. You have to worry about it.
You gotta go. Shit in your pants.
Yeah.
Worry about it later.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Whip it out. Whip another one out of your back pocket. You know.
Fuck yeah. Just trying to get sponsorships over here.
Exactly. If you would like to sponsor this Bengals and Brews or Strawberry Ice, just DM us.
I'm a big kid now. Oh my God, who said that? Oh
Jolly.
my God,
Jolly
that is the best comment of all time. Oh man, oh that is a good one.
That's how you end the show, boys. Hey, there's one other way to end the show, Jeff.
What's that?
We got
I got my left back on.
We got a
Yay!
starting right guard this week. His name's Dalton Reisner.
Dalton Reisner. Dalton Reisner. Dalton Reisner. We
Come
got
on,
Dalton
AC.
Reisner. Come on, AC. We got Dalton Reisner. We got Dalton Reisner. And you don't. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, shit. I just shit my pants again.
Ah.
Just a little one. Oh my God. That's funny.
All right, AC. Get us the hell out of here. You got anything you want to plug before I get you out of here?
Yeah, we had a little chat with Sam Hubbard today, which was cool. So that just before I took the air with you, it's on now on our audio channels and our YouTube channel. So go check that out. Hey, when you go to Ice's Tailgate at Moreline and you go to Project Game Day and all the other great tailgates that are there in Cincinnati, check out, just because I got to plug it for Sam.
Yeah,
he is manning what is called the Royal Rig, and it is a Crown Royal 18-wheeler. And he will be there. He's giving out stuff. He's meeting and greeting fans and all kinds of different things. I have major FOMO that I will not. He's in the East Plaza of Paycor Stadium. I'm not completely sure where that is because I don't go there every.
It's close to where I'm at.
So go check him out.
Yeah.
Go say hi. Go tell him I sent you. And go. He's giving out cocktails also, Crown Royal cocktails.
So when you walk up to the guy, say, Anthony Kazenza, the Godfather, sent me.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he'll know. I don't know. He might be like, I kind of know that guy. No, but check it's fine. He's giving out. You know, it's cool, man. He's giving out. You know, if you've ever bought a bottle of Crown, how it comes in that purple sack. Yeah. They're giving out larger purple bags of goodies and Bengals stuff and all kinds of stuff to veterans. And then if you go into, and I guess he said, if you honk the horn of the 18-wheeler, you can upgrade your seats and all kinds of different stuff. So go check that out. He's a phenomenal guy. Just a phenomenal guy.
Next time you talk to him, tell him to come on my show too, and I'll help him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got to sell. I don't have any of that.
Well, you're the Godfather. You don't have like all the Bengals phone numbers?
No, I've got minimal.
I got minimal. I got two.
Yeah,
and they don't play with the Bengals anymore.
No, but go check. I mean, obviously he's fresh off retirement, and he's like, hey, my family's big tailgaters, and this is my chance to tailgate like the rest of you. So, yeah.
Awesome. That good stuff. So, where can that show out now?
The show's out now. I'm going to be putting up another article on Cincy Jungle, just kind of embedding that, but check that out. And it's not a self-promotion thing. I just want to help him out. You know,
it's okay. You're allowed to self-promote yourself. You know, it's okay. You're allowed to. It's okay. Go.
Worried.
Go follow AC. Read all his stuff at Cincy Jungle. Go follow Orange and Black Insider Podcast. All you and the brain do a great job.
If you follow me, thank you. If you follow me on X, you know that I am a big self-promoter.
He is huge. He is. I mean, I thought I was a big self-promoter. This guy right here, it just blows me away.
I hate it. I hate self-promotion.
Well,
for me, for others, I love it. But for me, I'm just not that. I don't know.
I'm going to get your phone number from Dale, and I'm going to start blowing you up. Okay, so
do it. I'll send you my number. I'll send you my number.
All right, sounds good. AC,
just don't abuse it. Can you not abuse it?
What can I call you like in the middle of the night and just say sweet nothings to you?
Well, actually, you can, because it would be a decent time for me. Yeah.
I'll call you when I'm going to work at 4 a.m.
Yeah, there you go.
AC, as always, dude, I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for. I know. I kind of hijacked.
Dude,
the show.
anytime.
I was
honestly,
hammering away at computer work, and I was watching Bengals and Brews. Saw you in there, and I appreciate the invite.
If you want to come on every Friday with Dale, this is that you got to invite anytime you want.
I don't know if I can do. I don't know if I can do every Friday, but I will try and make it happen as frequently as possible, because I love coming on with you. I love you. I love Dale. I love Chop. I love all the guys. So you guys are the best.
AC, you're awesome. I appreciate you, brother. Who day?
All right, take care, buddy.
See ya. All right, guys, go follow AC. Go follow Bengals Brews. Donate to Project Game Day. They're at $1,300 to get Greg bald. He's already going to be bald, but donate if you can. It's a great cause. And like I said, I think Greg's going to look great bald. Just my opinion, because he's going bald anyway. So,
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys, what's going on? We're back at it for year 2 of our tailgate at the Moorline Lager House. This year, Best Day Brewing Game Day Experience. We are there 3 hours before every single Bengals home game. We got a DJ there. We got a buffet. We got a Bloody Mary bar. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us. We're going to be giving prizes. I'll be hosting. I'm telling you, it's the best deal on the bank. $50. All inclusive. Food, drink, Bloody Marys. I'm going to be giving away prizes. Bengals trivia. We have music there. That's not good enough? Well, guess what? Your boys got you. I'm going to take care of you. All right. Use this code, GameDay10, GAMEDAY 10, to get $10 off your ticket. So it went from $50 to $40. Come on. You can't beat it. It's the best deal on the banks. Join me. Wear orange. We're going to root the Bengals on to the Super Bowl. Get there early. Moorland Lager House. Best Day Brewing Game Day Experience.
And as always, I said earlier today on the beginning of the show, you do not have to pay to get in to Moorline Lager House. If you want to get into the all-inclusive tailgate, yes, it's $50, but use that Game Day 10 code. It's $40, all inclusive. It's the best deal in the banks. Hope to see you guys there. I'll be DJing. I got some text messages I got to answer. I'll be giving away prizes. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, along Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and you can follow me on Substack. I have started writing some stuff there. I don't do it very often. It's kind of when I find something I want to write about, I put it on there. So please subscribe to it. It's free. I will be pulling the sound off later on tonight. Put it on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Do me a favor. Listen to it. And then rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bearcats are playing tomorrow night at 7:30, I think it is. It's on ESPN Plus. So check that out. Bengals are at 1 o'clock. Show up early. Go to Project Game Day. Go to my tailgate. And be loud. We got a chance of doing something that Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor have never done, going 2-0. We are 2-0. If you want people to start talking about us, go 2-0. They'll start talking about us. I don't really care. I like being on the radar, but I still want to go 2-0. So remember, one thing and one thing only, and that is Houday for life. And throw it up as always. BWO, baby. Bengals World Order. That's your sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.